Hi, fellow travelers. Today I wanted us, and I still want us to reflect on the fact that we are the most judgmental generation who hypocritically love to point one finger to others and ignore the three that are facing us and a neutral witness who stands above it. Adults, as we grow, the adults have become judges who are not even righteous, but are so lost in their supremacy and hierarchies of whatever they want to call themselves. And when I talk about this, I'm talking about it in all levels. When you talk of people on top of companies, they think because they were able to find and found something, it makes them extraordinary. Growing up, as we grow, instead of gaining more understanding, instead of gaining more clarity, instead of having compassion, which is an understanding of the fact that we are all works in progress, that no one has actually figured out the right formula to life because everyone has been beaten by it. Even the great sages, even the Christ, he showed us that life is quite a test, and the only way to pass it is to look into our own flaws, our own failures, and by looking within ourselves, we would be able to understand the passage and journey of life is stairs to ascend. Unfortunately, some of us, we ascend and fall, or we stagnate, or we never ascend at all, whereby we think we are just the bodies, so we eat, we sleep, we give birth, and we never tap into the glorious and majestic and mysterious gift of being human and having a conscious, a subconscious, and a superconscious. I had an experience whereby something went on and a young child let the emotions run him over. Most of the adults around came up with all sorts of judgments, and you could hear it. And the most saddening was that one who ought to have defended condemned even more. But looking through myself and looking at that person, I saw the blindness that enfolds all of us. When we fail to understand that all sins are sins, if I have a sin of anger and it runs and rules me, it doesn't make me worse than you who is a glutton and you can never have enough. And it doesn't make another who is conniving and conjuring lies and so many other things that are not righteous and godly. We are all either lost in chaos and confused, or trying to find our own way out. So what I wanted you, and also to invite everyone you know, to do, that before we go judging, let's look inside ourselves. Otherwise, it will come to pass that judge not and you won't be judged. And blessed are those who show mercy, they will be shown mercy. And blessed are the humble. And blessed are the pure in heart, because they will see God. How do you see God? When you stand in neutrality, you understand that God is the Alpha and Omega, and nothing can ever happen unless it is allowed by the Lord of Lords. When you go to the book of Job, it tells you that when God's children gathered and the devil was among them, God asked, "Where have you been, my son?" And he said that, "I've been around roaming. I saw this your son, Job." In fact, it was God who said, "Did you see my son?" "Yes, I saw him. He loves you because you've given him everything." And then so started the story of the testing. So, to cut the long story short, I love storytelling, so just get used. If you enjoy my rambling and you can pick a few bits and bobs here, then welcome to my world. So, let's start to look at life as a mirror to go inside ourselves. Because even in the desert, you find deaths. No one is completely done. No one is completely hopeless. There is hope for all of us. And it is in the revelation that Archangel Michael gave his word that he won't rest until the devil himself is back into the fold. And when we all can affirm that Christ is Lord, heaven shall come on earth. In the meantime, the kingdom of heaven is just inside us, and it is up to us to work to bring out the light. Whenever you have any situation, put a light on it. And what is the light? It is love. It is kindness. It is understanding. It is compassion. When you've done that, a righteous judgment will give you compassion. It won't give you hatred. It won't give you revenge. It won't give you the right to condemn. Remember the story of the prostitute? And they brought her and they told Jesus that they wanted to stone her. When he challenged them that let he who has not sinned, who has never sinned, throw a stone. And all of them silently walked away. Remember that we all have a shadow. Just because when you were in your darkness, no one saw you, it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. We were once young and stupid and foolish. We didn't know the consequences. We didn't know that whatever we do, we are sowing our own seeds. So let's educate in love and kindness. Just because somebody is ages in the physical, as in they've been around for many years, doesn't mean that they've grown mentally or even spiritually, because it is in levels. All of us grow in the body. Every year that passes by, the body is growing. But is the mind expanding? Are you emptying your mind so that you can put in new wine? How do you put new wine into the wineskin? You can't put new wine in the old wineskin. We need to unlearn. It is part of God's lila, or God's play, that we come here as gods and forget, and then we have to rediscover as we pull out what is inside of us. And the more we can pull out what is truly inside of us, life becomes bearable. With more understanding and wisdom comes greater grief and sorrow, because you look around and you see that we are still so lost. So came the wise saying that let them who have eyes see, and let them who have ears ears. But an inner ear, a single eye, is better than two eyes, even doubled with glasses. Let's purify our minds. Let's empty ourselves so that the Holy Spirit that was born in us can arise again. As we look forward to the birth of the Christ, may we also be born. Tomorrow, 21st, is going to be the death of the Son, to those who know. And then it will resurrect on the 25th. And just as Christ is the Son of God among us human, the Son is the Son of God, or is a sign of the majestic power of God. May we all be born with that. May we be renewed. These are times of the Great Awakening. May we remember that we are not these bodies. That's another story for another time. Much love and blessing.